That lives. That is alive. It seems. Now my question is, does it have audio? No, my audio output has changed. Don't worry, I'm not going to turn that one off. You can just come with me. Hello. Hello, SP. It's going really well. You know those moments when you're just totally nailing it? Save this. Okay, now I'm going to restart the game because, you know, that's a thing that happened. We lost audio in the game because we disabled and re-enabled and disabled and re-enabled the capture thing again. And wow, that stream latency is not very long, is it? Wow. Yeah. I just had a moment where I opened Chrome on the streaming system and it just showed me flailing. Whew. Okay. Right. Do I have audio? Oh, we have audio. Right, let's get that loaded up again. Yes. All the pro. Pro. Okay. That moved. I can see we have audio from it. Holy crap. I think we're actually there. I think we're back. Oh, that took a lot more effort than it should have. Okay, so that is in that thing's way. Yeah, this is what happened in all that time. We travelled most of the map. Now I'm going to do the zoom out on all of the bloody vehicles again. Hire worker, even though you won't move much. Hire worker. Oh yeah, I'm using this again. Oh, fuck. I am doing really well. I am just like the best at this. No, do not turn around at the top of that. I want you empty. No, come on. Come on, catch up, catch up. I'm racing a combine harvester. Really? That's right. Ooh, caught him. We're okay. Okay, so we have mic audio, we have game audio, we have video that moves, which is a bonus. Hey, good, live. Talk about a complete and utter cluster. You know what? Ah, I can catch this guy here. Ah, that one's got his boom out. But on the stream, it's just like 3 pixels. Okay, we're good. We're alright. He dares to have stopped. He's just stopped. The utter word. Okay. So how are you, SP? Look at him. Oh, my tank's full. Don't care. And park. There we go. SP? What are you up to? And yeah, I'm alright, Tom. Just still trying to get everything sorted and getting used to everything. It's a very strange situation to be here. So yeah, taking a lot of getting used to. But we'll get there. Oh, the radio thing was on. Not that, you know, not that we can hear it. Luckily, I turned that off first. Big brain moment right there. And relax. Until the next calamity. You're a monster. Oh, jeez, I didn't watch where I was going. I think I'm the monster. Right. Here we go. Also, yes, the mouse is upside down as well. If you see like little movements, it's because the wire on the mouse is just going, no, no, you're not meant to be that way. No, that way. There we go. And we're just gonna set the. I think we're just gonna set the mouse and like leave it. Okay, we're full. That's good. It's a good thing. Okay, so I've got my joystick and stuff upside down. My mouse is the wrong way round. Which, by the way, trying to control your mouse buttons, your left and right click with the pad of your hand, not easy. Luckily, the streaming mouse is still fine. I can get some normality on this streaming one. I have to remember which of the buttons on this controller is the dump the load button. Right. So it is the top right one normally. And so for this, going to be... Yeah, I could press I on the keyboard, but where's the fun in that? Okay, so normally it is here. Yes! There was a worrying moment when that message disappeared. And I was just like, is that the right one? 5 million pounds. Oh, didn't finish. Why is it doing that? Okay, well if we drive forwards again. Is this the next calamity we were on about? This is going to be weird when I turn this back around. Actually, how long do I have to keep this stuff upside down for? I didn't bother looking at the time. Would have been a mistake. Pick some stuff up. We've got this. Okay. Okay. No. I see how it is. That's fine. I'm 25 past. Alright. I will get my revenge. It's fine. Don't give me ideas. I'm not that mean. 25 past. Since I'd literally just already clicked to 20 past. This is the problem. This field is two different types of... Well, how am I meant to communicate if I can't do that? I'm from Manchester, that's just how we speak. No one said this thing had a PG rating. Yeah, this is the only problem with this field being two different types of crop. I can only pick up from 3 at a time. Somehow I fluked 3 of them being on the right crop though. That was good. Tell you what, I'm glad we're not playing someone like GTA. Like that I might actually be able to do on this one. But in something like GTA, I would be rude. Yeah, I don't even know what constitutes cursing now. Because someone's offended by everything, so surely everything is cursing by that standard. We're at 7 million. Yeah, you were. You wish I'd shut up for 5 minutes. Please tell me I haven't added that as an option. I think I'm now racing you into it, Anna. Hydrate, highlight. Add time. Although... No, I'm not going to tell you that, actually. I'm not going to tell you that plan. Technically there is a way. That's all you're getting out of me. I can't actually do things with points on Streamlabs. I can. Not quite. Take a look just next to Sing mode for the same price. There's something you may find interesting. How long do I have to play with this bloody thing up? This silly thing upside down. Dagnabbit. 2 more minutes of it being upside down. I almost turned it around then, just because I'd finished unloading. I'm like, yeah, that's the right time, right? Not quite. Here we go. Go to the other 3 now. the temptation to just cut straight through the middle of these fields. Just leave like massive tire tracks straight through. But that would be cheating. Okay. Bloody big field, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Oh, it is that one. My hand's like this on the keyboard. Gonna leave direction. Leave that combine. Get that. This one's gonna move onto this center strip. That way. Oh god, it's 25. Back right. Thank you. Okay. Everything makes sense again. Finish emptying this one. Spin it round. Get it on. Okay. I can rest my hand on the controller again as well, that's nice. Very uncomfy if you have it the wrong way. There. Right. Where were we? I believe we're coming around. Imagine there's another like 2 minutes, isn't there? 4. And then I can swear again. Yeah, but you know, I like to play nice SP. Let's face it, I cheat in games. I don't need to cheat in the chat as well. Like, I'm the same. Fill up. Come on. What's the other field? What did we say? Soybean. Soybean is the other field. It's the crop with the highest price for it. Ooh. Ooh, what phone? What phone did you get? How much? Where from? All of the information. What phone did you have? Actually, let's start there. Oh, nice. Very posh. A little bit of an upgrade. Just a fancy upgrade there. How much was it? No, I think in that caps actually worked. It was more like it goes S9, S10, and then S20. Like they can't count. It worked. See, I knew what you were doing. Even if you didn't. We've got this, SP. What we need is a fourth person on GTA 5. We can get some of these heists going. Because have you seen? Have you won? Well, that's fine. We all walk into walls. Mainly on GTA. That or I walk into traffic on GTA. I do that a lot. You may have noticed. Yet there is a new heist. GTA Online. But I think our best bet would be to find a fourth person to join our little crew. And that way we've got 4 of us. Go for it. Basically we just need someone who isn't a dick. Who's not going to try and rob us as soon as we've finished our heist. That'd just be a piss take. Yeah, the new one. Set on like an island and stuff. The best kind of person to be. By the way, this is basically the entire game. Once you've got everything set up, you are just the person who goes back and forth. There's actually a mod that can automate this bit as well. What I could do is drive perfectly parallel to the combine all the way down and just put 2 track marks all the way down. And then copy him on way back. That seems like a lot of effort. Or to use the mod and set the mod up. And again, that seems like a lot of effort. But I'll just stick to doing this. Putting a couple of little marks in. But yeah, the thing about this new heist on GTA Online, I'm not actually that excited about it. It isn't that fancy. It's just, you know, new location, new heist, new thing. Plus what seems to be working internet, which we haven't tested yet, so yeah. Seems like a good time to try it at some point. But I kind of want to do the other heists first. Don't build to it. I feel like that'd be sensible. But then again, it's still just getting round to it. Time to do it. Which is what we all seem to be struggling with. Finding time when all of us are free. We'll get on it. At some point, I'm sure. Hopefully. What are we at now? 14.8 million. From minus 23,000, I think we were at. God, I love mods in games. I especially love mods in games like this. The kind that just make it so much better. Like, this is so much more fun. Than struggling for like 15 hours. Oh, nice. Java, by any chance? Ooh, sweet. Fair enough. Then at some point I will jump in the Discord. My phone logged me out of Discord, if you're wondering why I've been quiet on there. Like, I used to always use my phone for it, because notifications came straight to me then. But it logged me out. Hey, vanilla Minecraft is still fine. Don't forget, on the streams, all of the streams have actually just got vanilla Minecraft. Like, they don't even have any texture pack installs on them. And I mean, let's be honest, not like any of us really know what we're doing. I mean, so long as I can turn creative mode on and turn creative mode off, I'm happy. Because, as I've always said, it's one of those where the best part about it is the travelling. As soon as you find a place you want to build, you just want access to all of the blocks. You don't want to have to grind. It isn't an RPG. Like, you don't want to grind. You just want to build and be creative. And then you teleport somewhere miles away, and then you switch to adventure, and you try and survive on your way back to whatever you've built. To me, that's Minecraft. Creative when you need it, and you want to be creative, and then, yeah, tough and survival. That. It's like this. If I want this game to be challenging or more realistic, I can just uninstall some of the mods or deactivate them. Whereas times like this, where I just want to see how big of a field I can make them, how practical or impractical a massive field is, then mods are the way to go. And I think we're doing alright with the harvesting of it though. And that's going quite well. Oh, that'll be where I knocked him earlier. Oh well. And parked. Ooh. Wonder if buttons. If I hit that. Ah, nice. That works. That works. that works. Because anybody actually asked for that. And sweet. Okay. All of my hotkeys for the chat actually work. It's very nice. The only thing is it doesn't change. It doesn't change the on-screen chat. Just there. But, oh well. That's fine. If there's anything that needs to go from that, we'll just purge it. The old-fashioned way. Quite impressed at all this, but normally they don't. There it is. Ooh. I reckon this guy's going to make it all the way back to the top, isn't it? I always forget that the compression on this just makes it look garbage. Because it's so fine detail. I don't actually know. Oh yeah, I'm driving up here to meet the other combine, aren't I? Just go in this field in a second. And I bet the compression just makes it look absolute turd. I'm looking at the stream now at 1080. If I jump over here and stand still. Like even that looks not the best, but as soon as I start running through it, look at that blocky mess. I should turn like grass quality down in game. It was the same on Far Cry. On Far Cry 5, when we were on that, the compression just made all of the grass areas just tank and look ridiculously bad. So disappointing. Okay, so there. The smallest corner. Okay, while this happens, I want to try one more button. Now, why do they never work? See, they don't work. The add buttons on the Stream Deck never work. Right, I'm gonna have to rush. Catch up. There is no way I can empty this before he gets there, is there? Right, he'll just have to wait. All there is for it. I should have just cut through. That'd have been easier. Hit that. Because why not? It's like Jaws. Going mental, isn't it? There you go. Oh. Empty. Hang on a minute, you think you're done? Right, well, first off, no. Second off, well, no. Go. Alright then. Will it do it if I aim him this way? So he does that. Turn. Because for some reason the AI will not destroy props when they're driving through them. Oh, he's going to work his way up there for a long. Oh, I never zoomed out on this one. Oh, this one. Yeah, I'm moving out of the way, don't worry. Things always moan, don't they? Why are you in the way? Drive around me. It's an option. I'll let you. Worker bee's getting really annoying. Like, I'm very close to just saying we'd just leave that bit of grain where it is. Fine. You're fine. You've got, like... You are an annoying little turd. If I'm being honest. I do it. Destroy the bloody crops. There. Oh, come on. Why? That is canola ready to harvest. So harvest it. Is it that difficult? Right, what are you doing? Stop that. He was going to reverse right down to where they joined. That annoys me. The AI is quite stupid. Bin. Hire worker. Gift this. For the moment that's in the way. And then we'll have 3. And we'll move him over to that set there, I think. Close to the end. Not very. Once we've got them all working again, though. Okay. Just these constant back and forths that take forever. Now you know why I have paper with all of my coordinates on. Now it makes sense. Does it take forever writing it down? Yes. Is it worth it for situations like that? I actually have one of the saves from the computer, because obviously I reformatted it a few weeks ago. Oh, last week. Jeez, we're on last week. I have all the saves, and I have no idea where the houses are on like 3 of them. Clearly, I have a house on it. Yeah, but you see screenshots, you have to like tab out and do that. And you'll forget which save game they're for. But yeah. So I was on one of the games and I was trying to remember where the house was. No idea. Still not found it. I spent 3 hours wandering, like, surely I'll recognize something. Nope. Didn't recognize anything at all. Very disappointing. Then I have to either figure out where the house is or build a new one. Feels like a lot. Bothered with. And the thing is, I start so many saves on that thing. Like, trying to keep track of anything is just impossible. I really hope that the RTX 3000 cards sort of have a higher stock in the new year. Because I could actually do with one. I'm now three generations old. And as you're well aware, I've been playing in 4K for all of it on a 1080. So I do this and sort of erase a mark between them. Ugh, too fast. Trying to destroy the crops in such a way that I can actually harvest them. Do it, buddy. I'm sure I'll catch you soon anyway. Like I say, we'll hit up GTA at some point. Wreak havoc on Los Santos. I'm probably just going to clear this field anyway and then call it. Bitches ranging out, bud. Onwards. Hopefully this doesn't take much longer. The idiot who's down there at the bottom. Yeah, it is. So if we pull this up. Spin around. So. Do that. See how far down he goes. It's like it's harvesting, but stopped for some reason. Oh, why? Is he sod? Okay. Come over here and help this guy. Make life easy. The more we can have working over here, better it's gonna be. Actually, you can make life really easy for him. Probably by getting in the way. Okay. My best bet would be to actually cut off part of the... But this guy just works like the top third. Is that going to be enough to stop him? No, not at all. Right. I hear you from there. Should create a nice big buffer area. I turn. Stick it just about there. Alright, that should do it. Away you go. Then when he gets to the bottom, he can start doing the zigzag like this fella is and working his way up. Truck. Doing for a bill. Ah, you're fine. Nope, go and dump in this. He can want emptying. I'm not his slave. They'll seem to forget they work for... I don't work for them. I employ. I mean, he would have finished it now, wouldn't he? Just as I'm doing the job that I can't leave unsupervised, which doesn't make sense. I don't like that. Frustrating. When you start to tip up here or into silos or wherever you're tipping things, if you switch out or get out of the vehicle, if I started doing this and then I get out, it automatically stops doing it. That's annoying. I just want it to carry on. So while it does this, I could be taking control of that combine. You know, doing this bit, tabbing through them all, trying to find the right one. Because all it's doing is tipping the stuff. Like, it's not a complicated thing that it's doing. It's stationary and removing like a number, a load number. But oh well. There aren't many grievances I have with this game because a lot of it has been worked out with mods. So any problems I had, modders have sort of come in and just fixed it anyway. I wanted to be able to create massive fields in a short space of time. Modders have enabled me to do that. I wanted to make a lot of money very easily, and modders have enabled me to do that. New vehicles, mods. New tools, mods. I think that's why a lot of people still play Farm Sim 17. And also some of the official additions come based off of mods. Like, I imagine they only added logging to it due to the popularity of logging mods. I know if I was the developers, I'd look at the mods and go, okay, this one's doing well, this one isn't doing well. Let's focus development on adding that officially. You know, pull a valve. Hire the mod teams. Because why not? Like, clearly they do good work. This map's a mod. Not one of the official maps. Mod, and it's still being updated. But it's being updated in such a way, in like a professional way, where my save still works. And all of the variations I've made to terrain are still there. It's really cool. Speaking of variations, the terrain. Let's spend 30 million. By flattening all of this area. The only way to tell that I've done part of it will be to go off the grass that is left. Bit worrying. There. About there. $28 million. Just about see the line. This is the bit that takes forever as well. But this is why I had to change the settings in the price per litre mod. To do this much terrain work. But up to. We had to do this much work for the terrain without having a mod for money would have been absolutely ridiculously. But as soon as I saw this map in the mod list, I had an idea of what I wanted to achieve. And that is what happens if you take an entire map and fill it with basically one field. So currently we've got 2 fields on it with different crops. Turns out 2 different crops on it anyway. Not meant to. The idea is that we're going to see which crop is quickest to harvest and then see how much at stock pricing we can get for an entire game map worth of that. How long it takes. Just in like a base game. So basically the mods are actually just setting up for the final challenge, which is how much money can we make. God, I wish. Stuff like this was so much easier in the... Feels like I'm trying... off, because I am. Getting there. Spent almost half of our money. Any puffs of good. I'm gonna try and work them done. Be able to just do the middle. Those stretched textures. Ugh. Gotta be. Oh, that way. Oh, we're on the same level here. Field's gonna be... I bet this takes me about 4 hours. Create. Money. There it is. We're out of money. Can do anything. Oh, we're done. We're done, bud. The fire and ice over in the corner. Oh. Right, you might. Ah, I have a job for this one. Got a plan here. Finishes off that section. Fella. Finish off this bit as well. Right. This we cut through. I won't have enough after emptying these 6 to finish the modifications. I'm okay with it. But enough notifications. Enough. Here we go. Empty one more. We're almost there. Almost. Diagonal, so it always catches some more. Have a plan. Goes a little thin. Oh. I almost got around then. Good enough. I'm going to put this on that patch. Okay, these we're going to make easy for ourselves to empty. Put one here. If you know what I'm doing, nice. I'm proud of you. Hey, look at that. J-Man is an affiliate. Awesome. Where's the... There it is. Oh, I'm proud of that guy. Okay, so if I stick that about there, boom out on this one. Oh, nice. That's awesome. You know those moments when you just sit there and you're like, yeah, yeah, for them. I stick this one to that one. Doing anything. It's non-working bottom section, so we'll have him working. Well. No, you don't. It's a reverse all the way. You get to do. Come over here. Daggy us with this. Play the game, mate. There we go. Take the easy way now. Okay. Yeah. So. Almost. There. Turn, turn, turn. Pull up underneath him. There. Oh. And while that fills, we shall call it. What was that, like 2.5 hours just to harvest one field? I have another field to harvest. All of that needs flattening. But let's just see what we can really get flat. 6-ish million that we have. take a look. $4 million left. I'm trying to at least get this flat area done. Or what looks to be flat area done. Then you can see where you need to go. A lot easier. 3 million and the cost for each modification goes every higher and higher. Genuinely how I'm going to spend my night in doing this. I mean, surely as a farmer, you'd probably just take this out yourself, wouldn't you? I thought that all of this needs to go. He says. Ooh. At your engine. It'd help. And I'll cut across. And I'll cut back. Going well. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to finish up here. Finish emptying this field. And then I'm going to go get some tweaks. I'm honest. But yeah, this was a weird one. A lot of issues at first, but we got it back. Okay. But yeah, so as always, we're live every week at some point in the week. Videos go up on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Discord servers up. The store's open again with some stuff on, and yeah, I'll do it. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and I will see you in a bit. Goodbye.